Hello folks, another video. Today I want to talk about the webinar feedback about that webinar that we held, I think beginning of April. We got a lot of feedback a couple of weeks ago, and I want to talk about a couple of things because there was again a pattern in the questions that I saw. I did that webinar with my colleague Pierre Wilken. It was about how to get out of the, vicious circle, you can say it like that, or basically just invoicing or monetizing your time versus money within the IT consulting niche, and not productizing or standardizing your service offering, or at the end even creating a product. And a lot of people in the webinar. We had a follow-up talk as well. And some even started also working with us, which is very nice. And more importantly is that the pattern behind the question. So what do I mean with that? First of all, I see that there is a mindset again of not understanding what the benefit of standardizing your offering or productizing your offering is. It's again, you're doing things repeatedly for very similar customers. A lot of things you do, you can do in a certain steps, in certain patterns. So you take those patterns and put it into small service packages. Yeah, things that you do repetitively, things that you do that you can standardize in a way of delivering to a customer. No, you cannot standardize your service offering if all you do is basically being self-employed for a customer for 12 months and working whatever is coming in. It's not gonna work. No. So you need to get you need to get a little bit a step ahead. So first of all, you need to understand that in that case you're a resource. You're a Lego piece. So surprisingly, I also talked in the previous video, or will talk in a later video, depending on what the content plan behind that is, about what the challenges in 2024 are, and it's finding projects. Here again, why is that so? Most of the time, if you're just delivering your skill on a time versus money base, you're a resource, you're a Lego piece. People can exchange you, businesses exchange you. Other people, our businesses are cheaper, let's get them in. They can do the same. That's a problem. You need to deliver a benefit, a real benefit, an end result, something that a customer can work with. By doing that, or the customer can benefit from in a manageable time, in a manageable budget. The clear outcome of what you are doing. So that's what we mean with service offering, a standardized service offering or productized offering. Look at the big consulting companies. Do they only have, we do that, Dynamics 365 development, and we have only ours? No, they have knowledge centers, behind knowledge centers, or business units even higher. They have knowledge centers, they have teams for specific topics. They're creating services, they're creating demand behind these services, they're creating products. That's why they can grow. They're not just a resource, they're not just like a puzzle, a Lego in a puzzle. They want to be more. And that's a mindset that we also need to have. So it's like, what I hear a lot is, in my niche, it's not possible. No, I've been doing that for 25 years. It's not possible. Like, it's so technical. Yeah, like for the customer. Yeah, I mean, you've been doing that for 25 years. That's really cool. I always have products. It's cool. Again, if that's fine for you, why do you don't need to change something? But if you don't want to work for one customer 160 hours a month, year after year, the only appreciation is how much time you invoice, and you need to justify. Again, you have here 8 hours less, you need to scratch them out. Well, you've invested them, right? That happens a lot of times. So move a little bit further from just getting appreciation from your time. It's not the only variable out there. What a lot of people said after the webinar, again, like for my niche, that's not possible. and it's such a unique situation that our customers are different. No, it's anyway possible. Every situation, every customer is kind of unique, but there's patterns behind that. You see them. But then again, then you also ask, well, how do we do that if we are, working with other parties, and they're like other recruiters, third parties, and they're just used to work with how many hours you're invoiced. I can't just throw them a package or a price, a fixed price. Yes, exactly. It's not going to work with that, because their business model is solely working on how many hours I spend. And maybe the same the customer. So that leads to the problem. Maybe you don't really have a sales channel. Yeah. Maybe you don't even know how to generate leads. And I'm pretty sure you don't. Yes. No. And again, network or something like that is not lead generation. If you have 10 people on a bench screen tomorrow, pretty sure nobody will answer, yep, here's a project, let's go. It's not plannable, it's not scalable, right? So in order to have such a standardized, productized service offering, you also need to be able to generate your own leads and have a real sales method. Yeah, not only rely on others. Building partnerships, everything is definitely a very important way, but you also need to be able to generate your own leads, to know how, where, how to talk to people, how to get to customers, how to get the decision makers, how to create the demand behind your offering. So many steps in between, and that requires it. You cannot go to big recruiting companies that we all know and say, well, tomorrow I'm gonna, instead of invoicing 160 hours for the next month, here's my package price, 10,000 euros. It's not gonna work, right? So, but imagine it could if you work with direct customers. Instead of buying me or my people for 160 hours, we have these, certain productized services, standardized services. You'll get basically what you got before with less work or with less time, because we standardize the delivery. Yeah, customer is happy, gets more, gets the same, maybe less time, maybe less money, maybe more money, but you can also work with more customers. Yeah? You're not dependent on one or two customers. So you need to know, in order to get to the point that you can generate leads and sales by your standardized offering, you need to know who is your customer, right? Do you know that? Or do you just work with customers because you've always worked with customers? Who is the customer? Who's the person behind? Who makes the decision? What's their driving? How's it looking like? What is actually the niche you're working with? Do you have a real positioning? Yeah. And again, SAP, BI, or Microsoft Dynamics is not a positioning. It's a skill. You see that so many times on website. We offer Microsoft Dynamics 365 consulting or development. It's awesome that you are offering that. You're one of many. What does a customer have from that? The real benefit, if they're looking on, if you have a website or a social media. So again, you need to ask yourself, and coming back to what this video is actually about, is about the webinar feedback, about how to break the circle of time versus money. It's a mindset shift, yeah? It's possible in almost every niche. It's possible for you. You need to look a little bit again behind the curtain. What is the actual benefit you can deliver to your customer? Is that something you can do on a repetitive base? Is a pattern behind? Is that learnable from others? Can I approach customers with that if I put it in a small package instead of just looking at my hours? Can I generate leads with that? Can I establish a sales process on it? Yeah. Do I know who my customer is? What am I actually offering? So many questions lead to that. Yeah, there's a prerequisite. It's not easy, but it's possible. And circling back and concluding this video, it's possible for you as well. You need to think a little bit outside the box. You can't only scale your time multiple times on many projects. There's a limit. If you want to break that limit, you need to do things differently. And just because you've done it the last 5, 10, 25 years like that, doesn't mean it's going to work like that in the future. The market is changing these days. We see it in 2024. You need to change with it. Technology is moving extremely fast. Yeah, and we're consulting. We're in an IT consulting niche. We're working with that. Customers are depending on our expertise. So if you have any questions about that, watch the webinar again. I'll link it here in the comments. If you have more deep questions, just schedule a free consultation call with me and my team. We're going to take a look how we're going to help you. Maybe we get you some helpful advice. Maybe not. Maybe we're going to work together. Who knows? It's not going to hurt. It's not going to hurt your business. If you still don't want to do it, it's fine. But then again, you can stay a Lego, a resource for many customers, and maybe be exchanged with others. Talk to you later.